Welcome to the kingdom. I'm Chris, and this is Good Enough Gaming. Welcome back to the kingdom, everybody, for a 2,000 point game of Grimdark Future. We're going to be seeing the Berserkers versus the Custodians and fighting for this old outpost. It's still in operation, and the most important thing about it is that shield generator in the middle. So the Custodians are going to be trying to defend it while the Berserkers are trying to capture it. We're going to be using the cards this turn just to mix things up a bit. So there are 6 objectives that we're going to be fighting over at the major points of the installation. So each of the bunkers, the landing pad, the entrance to each of the bastions, and then the actual the shield generator itself. That's what we're going to be fighting over. Each turn we'll draw 3 cards and see what the cards tell us as far as our objectives and what we're trying to achieve. So let's go take a look at the armies. So here we have 2,000 points of, what's the name in OPR there?
They're Wormhole, Demons of War, and Havoc Brothers, Disciples of War, I believe.
All right, so we got a mixed list here.
Yes.
What do we got?
So from the Wormhole Demons, we have the Avatar of War, a.k.a.
Not Angron.
Not Angron. Then we have 2 squads of Greater War Mutated, flanking the Avatar. They're from the Havoc Brothers.
Alrighty.
3 5-man squads of War Berserkers, with 1 plasma pistol in each.
Otherwise just stock?
Yep, just
Alrighty.
stock. And then a 10-man squad of cultists with their leader. But there's no difference in any of the stat lines. It's just
he's a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
All right, so very little shooting. This is a run up and punch you in the face.
Oh yeah.
Kind of army. Well, that's good because that's what I brought. So let's go take a look at the other army. So, trying to take on that massive army of red berserkers, we have 2,000 points of Custodian Brothers. So, we'll start with the guy dead center there. That is the Master Custodian. And, the guy on the bike. He's the Master Custodian on a bike. I upgraded him with the bike and the Energy Lance. Other than that, he's pretty much stock what he comes with. The next Master Custodian, that's the one in the middle there. I didn't have the points to actually give him the spear, so he just has the default axe, but that's okay. He's going to be joining the spear guys right next to him. But I gave him Custodian Tactics, so when he activates, he can make another unit within 12 inches get a free 6-inch move. I played with the Custodians before, and one of the things they struggle with is mobility, so that's why I gave him that. Then we have 2 squads of Custodian Brothers, one's with sword and shields, the other one's with spears. Then I needed something that could provide some long-range fire support. So at the back we have a squad of Sagittarius Brothers who can do both, horde killing and slightly stronger firepower there. We have a dreadnought, or not a dreadnought, an assault walker at the back with that spear. He's going to be what I'm going to have to use to try and take on not Angron, so that's going to be interesting. And then I ended up with like 100 points, and there was nothing else I could add, and there were no upgrades that would fill it, so we got a tiny little squad of sisters here with heavy flamethrowers to round it out. So it came out to exactly 2,000 points. And I'm noticing something creeping in at the back there. You'll get yours. Don't worry. You'll get yours. All right. So there we have it. Custodians versus Berserkers. We rolled off to see what our deployment zones are and ended up with flank assault. So one of us will be taking one of the corners and one will have the opposite corner, and then we'll meet in the middle, so that'll work great. As far as additional rules, we're going to use Fog of War. That's going to be pretty much a standard on the channel now. That the game doesn't automatically end on turn 4. We roll a dice to see if it goes on to turn 5 or 6. We're not going to have any other additional. There's no secondary objectives because the cards are going to provide us 3 objectives every turn to go for. And we're just going to leave that as far as special rules and additional rules, at least for this game. Hopefully I plan to add more and more until the games have, a basic set of additional and special rules to add in, just to get it a little bit more flavor and mix it up. All right, we've got our armies deployed, and I have a feeling that the key word for this particular battle is going to be mosh pit, because that's a melee intensive army. This army has some shooting, but it's mostly a melee army, and we have this big open area in the middle. So the only thing that's going to ruin a lot of good hand-to-hand fighting is going to be if we end up drawing objective cards that scatter us to all the edges of the fortress rather than in the middle. But we'll see. So, as I was pointing out to David here, his Berserkers are immaculately disciplined. They have this lovely lineup, waiting their turn at the fountain, just like good little children. But of course, he's got Angron in the front. I'm sorry, not Angron. He's got the Avatar of War in the front, who's just going to run forward and start stomping on things.
His non-codex name is Angron.
His non-codex name is Angron. Okay, yes. Like it. I like it. Over here, I've decided why not put my big beefy guy up front too. So we'll have a little clash of the Titans. Flanked on either side, we've got the long-range fire support for the Custodians, backed up by the other master on the jet bike. The 2 squads of I wouldn't call them basic infantry, but the core infantry there. And then the sisters, because they have a very short range with those flamethrowers, put them up taking point. And I believe they even have scouts, so they may do a slight movement first. Now, when we were setting up the deployment zones, we did notice that the Custodians start with a objective in their deployment zone. But since we're using cards, it's entirely possible that won't really matter. Plus, the narrative here is that the Custodians are defending an outpost, so it makes sense that they're already more in it and that the barbarians are at the gate. So David won the roll-off. He will be taking the first activation. Let's take a look at what our objectives are, and we are underway. All right, we drew our first 3 objective cards, and the deck apparently knows what army David brought here. Because the very first card, Decapitate, so kill the enemy hero with the highest toughness value. That's going to be my master on a jet bike, but it makes sense. One of the goals is to kill the leader. Then the next one is Giant Slayer, destroy an enemy unit with toughness 12 or higher, so basically I have to try and kill Angron. Whereas David has my Assault Walker that he can go after. And then the last one, Outmaneuver, no enemy units within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield, and that, of course, is right smack where the shield generator is. So how do you like that? I love it when chance and narrative mix it up nicely. So we'll move on, start getting activations going, and we'll come back to you when there's dice to roll. As expected, first activation, David took Angron and just went charging up the middle. So for the Custodians, their first response, we're going to have the Sagittarian Brothers here open fire on it, too tempting a target out in the open.
Candy Gram.
We'll see if we can strip a few wounds off before he jumps in, because yeah, David was reading over all of the stats and benefits this guy gets in melee, and basically whatever he charges dies. So I've got to try and slowly whittle him down as he one by one eliminates everything. So first off, 3 bolt rifles. We'll do the heavy shots they get first. So Disintegrator mod, 18-inch, 1 attack, but AP 4. And my guys hit on 3s, so that's 1 miss. You have 2 saves at AP 4.
So basically his quality is 2. Doesn't matter, it's a
Yep,
6.
he's up to a 6.
Nope.
So just 1 damage apiece on those.
Alright.
And then their bolt rifles, they get 2 attacks each. These are only AP 1 though. So again, that's okay. And I didn't move. They have Relentless, which means if I don't move, unmodified 6s are multiplied by 2. So those 6s come back. So you have 6 saves at AP 1.
So that'll be a 3.
Just 1. Alright, not bad. So I strip off 3 wounds. Nothing to write home about. I just need to do that 5 more times, I guess.
Yep.
Alright. Back over to the Berserkers. Little bit more movement. One thing I did neglect to mention, my sisters had Scout. So at the start of the turn, of the round, they moved up, hiding behind the shield generator. Over here, we've got some sneakiness going on. They're coming around the mountain. So I've decided, in response, move up the Custodians, and I'm just within range for some pot shots, hitting you on 3s. That's 4. AP 1.
Quality 3 plus 1. 2 hits. So that's 2 wounds. These guys are tough 3. So
3.
one guy has 1 wound left.
Yep. I've got to try and do as much as I can because while my guys are good in melee, your guys are better in melee. So chip away before you get here. All right, next thing. We had the second squad of Custodian Infantry move up. And then I used the Custodian tactics of the Master there to give the other Master a bit of a boost. So he moved 6, just a freebie right behind here, positioning him for whatever it is he's going to do. And then 2 of them, the Master and the guy closest to the crates there, are within range and can see Angron here. So I'll get a couple shots. I'm not expecting a whole lot to come out of this. So let's start with the Grandmaster. Hits you once. And you get a 2-up save because you're in cover and it's an AP nothing anyways. Oh, and it still rolls the 1. And then the Custodian brother with his shot, he gets 2. Hits you once. AP is negated by cover. 2 up. Yeah, save that one. Alright folks, this is what we came here for. I've decided why beat around the bush. So the Custodian Assault Walker has decided to come screaming in and put that entire spear, hopefully through your chest. We'll see. You know, I know Christmas is over, but we can still have a wish list. So, charging in. First thing, spear, 2 attacks.
Nope.
Alright, well that's 2 hits on you. And AP of 4.
So 6s. Ooh.
You got 1. That's good because these are deadly 3. And then I have a stomp, which I guess I step on your toes or your hoofs and cause you great distress. 3 at AP 1.
And that'll be a 3 or better. 1.
1 more goes through.
You're willing them down.
I am, but it's now your attack. Now, part of the reason I charged you in is because you get a lot of buffs when you charge.
Correct.
So by charging you first, I negated some of that.
Alright, so he's going to swing back with 9 of his swords.
Gee whiz. Gee whiz,
which
Mom.
are AP1 rending.
Okay.
So that's 3, 6, 9. He hits on 2s. Oh,
Only
but
1 miss. No rending, though.
No rending, though. But that's 9 hits at AP1.
Or 8.
8 hits at AP1. He's got anything.
8. AP1. That puts me at a defense of 3. So 1 goes through.
Nice save.
Just the 1. So that drops me down to 11.
6 stomps. 5 hit, but AP2 on this one.
Oh. Okay. Saving on 4s. 3 go through that time. So he's now down to a total of 8.
So that was a total of 4.
Any other attacks from him?
No, but he has. So when determining who won the combat,
Right.
fear 3.
3. I got fear 2. So I did. How many wounds do you total? That round.
I took 3.
So you did 3, and then fear 2 makes 5 on my side. You did
4. I'm pretty
You
sure.
did 4 to me, and then fear makes
3.
Yeah, so
7.
7. So you win the combat. Now I should be okay. He's got a decent quality, unless I roll that. Ooh, fearless. On a 4+, I shrug it off.
Oh, no!
So he not only fails and has to back up, but I'm scared, Mommy. And now he's stunned. That's so sad. I mean, he did okay. Well, I mean, it's thematic. All right, I'm still trying to recover from what happened over here. David, you said Angron was going to do something now?
He was marking his territory.
He's going to mark his territory. That's sad. Well, I mean, the armor's yellow. I won't see it anyways. And then we've got a conga line of Berserkers who decided to move up behind the big man. So it's over to the Custodians. The sisters have snuck around the corner here and are going to bathe these Berserkers in holy flame. I don't know how much to expect here, but we'll see what happens. So they hit on 4s, but those flamethrowers are reliable. So hitting you on 2s, blast 3. Missed 1. So you have 6 saves to make, no AP.
3. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. So didn't kill one,
has
though.
1 wound left.
Okay, I was hoping to at least take 1 down, but not this time. So you moved up. We've got another squad of Berserkers moving here. I only got 1 unit left, and he's going to take advantage of the fact that Angron is exhausted. So he's going to go charging in there and hopefully put that very pointy stick through your chest. I said that last time. Didn't work out so well. So, 6 attacks with his lance. He gets AP plus 2 on the charge. So these are AP 3, hitting you on 3s. So you got 4 saves. AP 3.
So he's saving on a 5 or better.
3 damage. Okay. Now, the bad news for you is that puts you below half. The bad news
puts me
for
at half.
At half. So it's still half or below. If you lose combat, you'll have to take a morale test. But the bad news for me is you have fear 3. So all I've done is make it even. So you have to not get anything here to avoid me losing combat.
So I have to hit on 6s.
You're hitting on
everything.
6s.
Okay. 6, 9. That's 1 hit.
1 hit. AP 1?
Yep.
All right. Makes it.
And then 6.
Stomps 2, and these are AP 2, aren't they? Okay, 4 up. Ah, I failed 1. So you win combat. Quality of a 3. He's okay. So he will simply back up, and he'll take his 1 damage. He's now down to 8. But you got your 1 last unit over there to move, so I'll mark wounds. You can move those guys, and we'll come back with a summary of the turn. So at the end of turn 1, kind of as I expected, it's a giant mosh pit here. We do have 1 unit that's kind of sneaking around the outside.
Bad info from ways.
That's what it was. But everything else is just piling. This turn 2, I imagine this is going to be a very short game. By the end of turn 2, we're going to know pretty much who's going to win. Now, if we head back over to our objectives, nobody's accomplished anything because we have both of us have units within the center. Nobody killed anything more than 12 points, and no one killed the toughest hero on either side. Now, Angron, he is hurting a wee bit, and you activated last, so I do get to go first. Unfortunately, my heaviest hitter is out of commission, but I don't know, maybe the...
Maybe he just needs to activate and stand back up.
Yeah.
I'd take some time, first thing.
Cup of tea.
And I'd stand him up. That's the first thing I would do.
I'm getting advice here. I'm not sure how trustworthy it is.
I'm not saying it's good advice.
All right. So moving on to turn 2. At the start of turn 2, there's really not much decision with it here. If I don't charge in and try and do something against Angron, he is going to backhand one of these guys clear off the table. So again, negating his abilities and bonuses he gets for charging, the Custodian Master on the bike is going to go screaming back in. Seeing what we can do here, let's get to it. 6 attacks. Hitting you on 3s at AP 3 because I charged. And all of them hit.
Just need some 5s.
2?
2, so
But that's 4 damage.
4. Crap.
So now he has a difficult decision. Because you could hit back to try and equal it. So with fear, you only have to wound me once, and it's a push. Or you could rely on his quality and fearless to keep him in the fight. But if he fails that, he's gone. So what do you think you want to do?
He doesn't have fearless.
He doesn't have fearless?
He has demon, fear 3, flying, furious, hero.
Wow, I can't believe he doesn't
Or
have fearless.
can use the scout rule.
That would have changed things.
Yes, I didn't read that little or.
So he had scout. He could have gotten a turn 1 charge on something. So, anyone playing the Avatar of War?
Keep that in mind.
Just remember you have scout.
Alright, so...
Now, you do, even if you do hit back, if you kill him, you get a bunch of points. You get a bunch of points.
I know. The question becomes the morale save. I have to get it on his quality or higher.
Yes.
And if I fail it...
At less than half, you're gone. So attack back at your full strength, and you'd have a much better chance of killing him at your full attack. And all you have to do is get 1 wound on me, and the battle will be a push. And you won't have to worry about rolling. But you won't get your... Well, when you activate, you could charge in and do Furious, but you'd be hitting on 6s, so... I put you in an awkward position, sir. For all you literary figures out there, he is caught between Scylla and Charybdis right now.
Which one of those is the rock and which one of those is the hard spot?
Yes.
Alright, so hitting on 2s. All but 1. AP 1. Oh, rending.
Rending.
So there's
2 of them are rend.
So that makes it 11.
Rending does
AP 4.
Yeah. So I got 6 saves to make at just AP 1. So these are 3s. Oh! Oh! No, sir. 4 go through. He's down to half health from what he had. And then 2 more at AP 4. Saves both of those. Okay.
Yeah.
Stranger things.
The stomp.
Now the stomp.
All 6 hit.
That one is
These are AP 2.
AP 2. Okay. 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. You literally squished my biker out of existence. So you now can consolidate 3 inches any direction you want. Not into combat, but if you wish. And you just picked up Decapitate.
Yep. So I think we're just going to move over here.
And then, on top of that...
Actually, I'm going to move here.
It's your activation. You feeling okay over there? That was good. I like that. So, obviously, his blood is up. Having just stomped on the Custodian Master, he's like, hey, that guy laying over there, I need to stomp on him too.
So now he's charging. So he's furious, which means 6s count as 2 hits.
6s count as 2 hits, and with your swords, are they rending as well?
They're rending.
So basically, either he whiffs or these are really good hits. Just 1.
1 hit.
But that counts as 2 hits.
Yep.
And the initial one, the initial 6, that's rending. The auto hit that comes with it is just regular AP. So here's the one I need a 3+. This is the auto hit. Yes. And then the rend on a 6. No. So that takes him down to 7. And now you get your stomps as well.
1 stomp.
1 more stomp. That's furious. 2. They're both going to be at AP 2. Yeah, because it's not rending. There we go. 1 saves, 1 does not save. So down to 6. Well, I'll move that later. I do get to attack back, but because I am stunned, I hit on 6s as well. So what do we got here? 2 attacks with the Spear of Destiny. Hit you with 1 at an AP of 4.
Oh, just misses.
So that's 3 damage. And then stomping you on a 6.
Hold on, he was stunned. Doesn't he have to hit on 6s?
Oh, you're right. 6s. So nothing there. 3 more wounds off. Angron is down to 2. However, his Fear 3 balances that out. He caused 1 wound to me, which on top of that and all the other damage he did took me down to, was it 6? Yeah, that 2 wasn't actually a 2. It took me down to a 6, but that guy's 12 health. 6 is half. I'm stunned. I auto-fail morale. Angron has now stomped out 2 Custodian models in a single round. So that's why he's really bad. Or really good. I mean, you only got 2 wounds left, but he has definitely done Angron-y kind of things. But if I focus too much on killing him, then the rest of your army's going to stomp me.
I mean, he's still there.
He's still there. Okay, well, Angron has gone. He has shot his proverbial wad, so I'm not going to focus on him for now because then I don't want to get swarmed by Berserkers. So I had these sword and shield guys are going to charge in and try and take out these, what are they called again?
These
Possessed?
are the Greater War Mutated.
War Mutated.
Havoc Brothers.
Now, while we were looking at our data cards and stuff to see the dice to roll for this combat, David, you made a very interesting discovery.
Yeah, so for the sword, it's 2 times Exalted Flame Axes. So instead of 9 attacks, I should have been rolling 18 attacks.
So Angron has stomped everything he has stomped, only getting half of his attacks. So just keep that in mind, folks, if you ever want to run an Avatar of War. They're pretty darn good. Okay, so back over here to the Golden Boys versus the Red Mutated. I get 9 attacks, hitting you on 3s, rending. So I got 1 rend. Unfortunately, I also got 3 misses. So you are going to have 5 saves at AP 1, 1 save at AP 4.
Here's the AP 4, so I need a 6. Don't get it.
So close.
So this guy dies. And then AP 1, right?
Yes.
So 2. So this guy's down to 1.
Okay.
Okay, so I am swinging back. Mutations, so let's talk about that. So 6 attacks get AP 1.
Huh. Well, that's good, because my shields negate an AP, so
Perfect.
you just get whatever your base AP is.
Hit on 3. 5 hits each other.
Yep, we negated each other. So, saving on 2s. That's all of them. So, unfortunately, nothing back. That means you lost combat by a couple. You get to go ahead and roll your quality check. Your quality 3?
Yep.
They stick around. I failed to destroy you, so I will back up. So I'm realizing an error I made. I should have gone with the sisters first, because David has had the unit that was holding that objective come screaming down, and there's no way 3 sisters are going to survive an onslaught from 5 Berserkers. Unless the dice gods really don't like you today.
Furious and get AP 1 when charging. So
Yep.
they're
6s
coming
explode and your +1 AP.
Oh, 1 6. 5 hits at an AP 1.
5 at AP 1. Sisters are defense 3, so 4s. Unfortunately, I failed 1. Which, I mean, I was impressed. I thought you'd just clean sweep them. Hit you back. I think I got 2 close combat weapons. Yeah, 2 attacks. Hitting you on 4s.
Hold on.
Oh, you have something else?
I made a mistake.
Okay.
They are 8 attacks 2.
So then do another round.
Yeah.
It did seem a little odd. They only got 5, but...
Oh!
There you go. So those all hit plus 2 more.
Yes, so that's a total
7.
of 7 at AP 1.
Okay, now they're all dead. So, saving on 4s. Yeah, they're dead. Sorry, ladies. You did your best, but, I mean, what can women do against such reckless hate? And you consolidate in there. All right. Well, I mean, if you're going to... Well, I would countercharge, but they're already done. So, I think what we're going to have is this squad of Guardians is going to run in to this squad over here. I know I'm going to get countercharged, but I think they can handle it. So, I'll move the models, and we'll get to the dice rolling. The Custodian squad with the Master attached. First, they were over here. The Master used his Custodian tactics to give the Sagittarius Custodians a quick move to get a little closer, because they're going to try and, on their activation, finish off Angron and try and take out some of those Berserkers here. And then they went charging into this squad that has not yet activated. So let's see if they can take it out before it has a chance to do any horrible things to me. So we'll start with the Custodian Master. His attack has Blast. 2 hits, hitting on a 3. That would be a total of 6 saves. AP nothing, though.
All safe.
Oh, well, why'd you have to go and be like that? Okay, well, I had hopes. Now, the Custodian Brothers with the spears, they're going to do a little better. They get 3 attacks each, so for 9 total at AP 4. So this'll hurt. Hitting on 3s, that's a miss. That's a miss. But that is 2, 4, 6, 7 at AP 4. Those spears are expensive, but I think they're worth it. Not bad. Yeah.
They're dead.
That's it. Whole squad is wipe head. Mosh pit.
Angron approves.
Total mosh pit.
Golf clap from Angron.
Consolidate. I'm going to get charged no matter what I do. So I will... we'll just consolidate back a little bit. All right. Well, my free move to get them up was kind of a dumb idea because I brought them into convenient charge range. Oh,
it happens.
It does. Now, these aren't just your regular shooty guys, though. They're kind of beefy. I'm hoping they can tank.
Well, it's like the guys that wiped out the sisters. But I'm going to remember instead of 5 attacks, they get 10 attacks.
Yep.
2, 4, 6, 8, and 10.
But they have it. Unlike the sisters, the Sagittarian Guard has a defense of 2 and toughness of 3. Go ahead.
So that's a total of 6 hits, AP 1.
All right, 6 hits, AP 1, saving on 3s. Ooh,
I see
2.
some 1s.
2 go through. So you do some damage, but fortunately, not enough to kill one. So now I'm going to hit you back. They just have, what do they have here? Daggers. 2 attacks each. No AP, but 2 attacks apiece. Hitting on 3s. That's 6.
All right. Quality 3.
Or defense.
Defense 3, sorry.
Oh, how'd we do?
2 go through.
2 go through.
So we tie.
We do. Do you cause fear at all?
No, I am fearless.
I do not cause fear, so it is literally a push. So your guys bounce back an inch, and we call it good. See, they thought they'd run up to another squad of 3 shooters and just steamroll, but they didn't take into account they have shiny armor. Very important. Always remember the shiny armor. All right, well, I only have 1 unit left, and that's the guardsman over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to split their 2 shooting attacks. We're going to have them put their disintegrators, which are the heavy hitters, over into Angron, try and strip off those last 2 wounds. And then their bolt guns, they're going to put into the Berserkers here and see if they can just melt them entirely. So, 3 attacks. Going into Angron on 3s. That's 3 hits at AP 4.
AP 4 means I
You
need
need
6s.
6s. 2. Did I get him?
Yes, you did.
I got him.
Nope. Okay, he's dead.
He did. Now, everyone, before you start putting this in the comments, yeah, not getting those extra 9 attacks could have dramatically changed the course of the game. You could have killed the robot in the first turn and the guy, the master the first time. It's a big difference. But
The rule is learn your characters.
yeah, I mean, that's every time, not to go into story time here, but every time when I learned to play 40k or OPR, when I lost something, especially when I lost bad, it's because I forgot a rule that somehow would have saved it. But live and learn. Okay, so remaining shots. 6 into the Berserkers right in front of me. Hitting on 3s. 5 at AP 1.
2.
2. Well, I didn't get them all. Oh, but you will have to take morale. Oh.
Fearless.
Fearless. Yep, on a 4+. He's fine. He was about to take cover, and then he's like, wait a minute. I don't care. So that's it for Custodians. So David has a couple units he gets to go with. We'll let him make all of his movements and everything, and we'll come back when there's dice to roll.
Yep.
So the squad of cultists, if that's what they're called,
Yes.
have moved up, and they're going to shoot into the gentleman with the shields. Now, if the unit here in the middle was a bit bigger, it would block.
They're shooting into these guys.
Right. These guys shooting.
Oh, the shields, yes.
If
Sorry.
these guys were in the way, if the unit was a bit bigger, it would block, but you're looking at it, each of these cultists can draw line of sight to one unobstructed. So No problems.
They hit on 5s. So 4 and no AP.
All right. 2s. They're good.
All right.
Saved them all.
These guys are going to charge in.
To the shield or the spear? Shield guys. Okay. And unfortunately, my shield guys are exhausted. So you get to hit at your full strength. I don't. Terribly unsporting.
That's 12 hits. Quality 3. Let's talk about the mutation they're going to get. So that's a 1, which means they get... Attacks get rending.
So 6s will explode and rend.
So that's 12 hits. Gotcha.
Okay, so the shields give me, it subtracts 1 of your AP. So these are only, the rending are AP 3, so I need 5s and fail them both. 2s. There it is. That with the 2 I lost, that's a dead guy with a shield. Okay, now hitting you back, unfortunately, I am exhausted. So I'm going to be hitting you on 6s. 3 attacks per guy. So we got 4, 5, 6. Hitting you on 6s. 2 at AP. Oh, and I think the swords are rending. They are, so that's 2 at AP 4.
So they need 6s. 1 6. 1 goes through.
So I lost combat.
Well, hold on. How much damage is that? Rending?
Just 1.
It does 1. Well,
Yep.
1 guy dies.
Yeah. But I did 1 wound to you. You did 3 to me. I lose combat, but I'm okay. So you'll bounce back an inch.
All right, and then these guys are going to activate. Now they're coming in.
They've already fought too.
They fought, but they're going to come in and do their. Oh, they were charged, not charging.
Right. So they will get furious, but they're hitting on 6s. So you get some benefits, but not everything.
Their mutation is a 4, which means they get AP 1. 8 of them. We need some 6s. Oh, well,
Just
we got
1.
1 6.
So that's a furious. So that explodes.
So that's 2 hits.
And
at
that
AP
one rends. Or do they not? No, rending
No.
was their other mutation. My bad.
So it's 2 at an AP 1.
And then the shield negates. 2 regular saves. Oh, 1 goes through. So one of the guys takes a wound. I will hit you back. 6s. Nothing. So I lose combat again. And they're okay. So they're taking a beating, but not enough to make them run the field. Is that it for all of your...
That's everybody.
units? All right, so if I zoom out a bit here, the mosh pit has gotten substantially less crowded.
Yep.
I would say, I don't know, you have more units.
Those.
The mine are really
They're tough.
resilient.
They're
They're
tough.
tough ones.
The stomping machine has left the table.
It has. It has. And with the new turn, I actually get first activation again. So we'll come back in turn 3. So when we look at points here, we have both earned Decapitate, because we've killed each other's hero with the highest tough value. We have both earned Giant Slayer, me for killing Angron and David for killing my Attack Walker. So basically, let's see here. Well, so this one's 2 points, but my toughest guy was 12. You get 1 victory point. Your toughest guy was 18.
So you get
I
2.
get 2 points.
So you're up by 1.
So I'm up by 1. These go away. So, at the start of turn 3, our new objectives: get someone to fail a morale test, and control objective 5. It's just on the landing pad. So in the middle of all this melee, some guy suddenly points, he's like, hey, we should go take that. For their opening gambit, In turn 3, the Custodians have decided to go after this unit here that's still at full strength and is probably the most dangerous of everything that's on the board. So we'll start off with the Custodian Master using his Smash axe. Ooh, only hits once. So that's 3 at AP. Nothing.
Got 2 wounds.
Got 2.
So 2 are dead.
I'll take that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacks. Is it 9? Yes, 9 with the spears. 5 attacks, AP 4.
Those guys are gone.
That's the rest. Okay, so with those guys cleared out, I'll probably just consolidate back to try and hold the red tide that's moving forward. While celebrating their victory over the small squad of Berserkers, they did not pay attention to what was happening behind them and have now been charged in the rear by the mutated. What's their mutation first?
In the rear.
What else do you want me to say?
That is...
As Winter says, in the back passage, but that doesn't sound any better.
Plus 1 AP.
Plus 1 AP. And those guys don't have shields, so... Oh!
So that's a 8 at AP 1.
All right. Saving on 3s. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4 fail. So that's a dead guy. And then 1 guy has taken a wound. Now that strips away some attacks. So let me start with the captain, hitting on 6s. Nope. Then 6 attacks with the remaining custodians. Nothing. So here's your chance. I failed combat.
Well, now they're fearless, right?
They are. I get 2 bites at the apple. But
all right. Let's see 1. Oh,
failed the first. 4 plus.
Yes!
And you got it. You got it. These guys are, they're not at half, but they are now gestunned. So that's a point for you. Wow. See, I mean, I try to make you fail a morale save, but I just kill all your guys. There's no one left to fail. But that's pretty sad that Custodians just failed morale.
Tough talking after you killed Angron and saying that. Just saying.
He was literally fighting with 1 hand behind his back.
Literally.
So that's okay. All right. You can back up your 1 inch for consolidation, and then I've just got 1 more unit to go. Sword and board guys have decided to charge in, try and finish off this fairly weakened squad. And if I don't kill them all, maybe I can get the morale objective points here. So hitting you on 3s. That's not great. That's what I should have got hitting on 4s. But anyways, so 3 saves at AP 1, and unfortunately no rending.
That is 2 fails.
2 fails. So is that guy counting down or up?
He's counting down, so he's dead.
Okay, that's all I got. You get to hit back.
All right, so that's just 4 attacks. But he is furious.
But he didn't charge.
That's right, good point. But still, all 4
all
hit.
4 hit.
AP 1.
Negated by the shields. 2 up. That's all of them. So I did win combat.
5.
5. Don't. Okay, so I won't be getting the morale. Not this turn. Backing up an inch. It's over to you. In a bit of a surprise, the Berserker that was here, rather than move in and finish off one of those, David's turned him around to attack the unit that's already stunned.
So he's charging, so he gets AP 1 and Furious, so he gets 2 attacks. 1 hits.
AP 1?
AP 1.
It saves. I can hit back. I'm on 6s, both because I'm stunned and I'm exhausted. So the captain, the master, nothing. And then 6 attacks from the regular guys. Nothing. It's a push. Sagittarium Custodians have decided to take some high ground and get a more broad view of the battlefield from up there. They're going to shoot the bolt guns, the bolt rifles they have, down into that unit of cultists, and then the disintegrator round to try and finish off that last Berserker there. So here's the disintegrator rounds. 2 hits at AP 4. It could happen, but not today. 6 shots going into the cultists. Ooh, not good. 3 hits at AP 1 on the cultists.
So they need 6s. And they get none.
None. But I was hoping maybe I could get them down a bit further to a morale test. But unfortunately, not. So, Custodians are finished. We'll let David do any of his remaining moves, although I think you only have the cultists left. 2.
This guy is
that guy. All right, so we'll let you do your movements, and then we'll come back. So with his remaining mutated, who is basically on death's door, sprinted, because those guys are fast, and has managed to get control of Objective 5, leaving room for the cultists to move up and thread the needle between all those units to shoot at the ones that are stunned. That's pretty good.
Yeah, so 6.
6.
No AP.
All right.
Let's see some wounds.
Well, I mean, no promises. How about 2? How does that sound?
Okie dokie.
Now, fortunately, no one there is wounded, so that guy laying down is on 1 wound left. So it's not going to trigger a morale test, but, I mean, it just hurts that you kicked him while he's down. All right, so end of turn 3. As far as points, David has gained C's Objective 5, which now puts us even Steven.
How many points is that?
Just 1.
Okay, so we're back to time.
Intimidate. 1 unit fails a morale test. You are now up by 1 point. And then no enemy units within 6 inches of the center. I think I actually have that one now.
I think that was my one mistake.
So we're back to tied.
Yeah.
All right. Start at turn 4. It's going to be a very sparse turn, but we're still going on. So as we head into turn 4, our new objectives. Apparently the mosh pit has done its purpose. Now it's scatter like cockroaches in the light. So first objective is to seize number 4, which just happens to be the one right underneath my Sagittarium Custodians. For changing priority, David rolled up a 6. And then the next card was seize objective 6. So apparently there is something incredibly important about the doorway into that bastion. There must be something in there that both sides want to protect or maintain.
It's where the scotch is stored.
That must be it. That must be it. So it's a neck and neck game. We are totally tied, and now it's coming down to who can move where the fastest. So let's get to it. It will be Custodians first. Turn 4. This is coming down to the proverbial wire here. Let me zoom out a bit.
That is 2 hits, no AP.
Okay, so I took my sword guys and activated them and jumped back to hold the doorway. David then moved up his cultists, and he's going to open fire on them. So 2 hits, no AP.
Yahtzee ones.
Unfortunately, no. Saves them both.
All right.
All right, so then on my next activation, I just stood up those guys. That's it. Back to David again.
He is going to charge over to here to contest.
All right, so even if you don't capture it, you're now contesting. Oh, you're not going to charge in to fight. You're just, playing the objectives. Clever. Okay, so all I have left now are these guys. And good positioning, because I can't shoot through my own to get to his. At least I don't think I can. So what we're going to do then, do some moving and shooting. We'll come back when we're ready. Well, David's a true sportsman, because I started doing something really stupid, and he said that's a bad idea. I was going to move my Sagittarium guards forward to try and kill off both the cultists and the guy holding that, and he said, have you forgot what the cards say? And I remember that would be moving off an objective, and I don't want to do that. So they'll just stand still. They're going to shoot at the guy there, because I don't think I can shoot through 2 of my own units just to get to his. At least I'm going to say no. That's just too much line of sight and all that stuff.
Any chance of a cover save since he's...
Oh yeah. The guy on here absolutely gets cover. So first here is the the super bad ones. We'll start with those. Hitting on 3, 2 hits at AP 4 goes down to 3.
Nope. He's dead.
That's it. But I mean,
wow.
he did his job. He got you a point. So that's it. So what's happened here is we're both holding that, so no one gets those. I'm 1 point up for holding this. All comes down to a dice roll. You want to do the honors? On a 4+, we go on. We go on. Turn 5. All right, in between ending turn 4 and starting turn 5, we took a look at the board, we had a bit of a think, and there's not much hope. Even though David will get the first activation, there's not a whole lot those 2 units can do against an almost fresh unit of Guardians, almost fresh unit of Guardians, and almost fresh unit of Custodians. Like, it's just,
Yeah,
I can put in way too much firepower there.
If I'd had a little bit more survival,
We would have had 1 new card because I got number 4. It would have been control objective 1, which is the shield generator. And again, you could put a guy there, but then I could put a guy
exactly.
there. So it came down to it. I won by 1 point.
Fun game.
Very close. I think I'm going to leave this set up and play another game on it because it just looks fun.